All right, guys, chapter 1, part 3. Okay, so this is where the numbers come in. And you can find 1 through 30 on page 14 in the book. And so I won't go through them. I just want to make sure that you understand certain things. So, for example, the first thing that you need to know is that there is the word I. The I means there is or there are. So you can say, hay una profesora, hay 22 estudiantes, hay 3 sillas. And then you get into genders. So everything or most things in Spanish have a gender. It's either masculine or feminine. Now, the world is changing, absolutely. And with it, some parts of the languages are changing too. But what I have to teach you is standard Spanish. And this is what standard Spanish. It does not mean that, there are only 2 genders. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, this is standard Spanish, and that's what I have to teach you. So, when you have uno, 21, 31, this means 21, and this means 31. This is 1, 2, and 3. When you are talking about something, when it's in front of a noun, it goes from uno to un or una. This is for masculine, and this is for feminine. So, if you're counting, you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, just like if you're counting in English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if you're trying to say one professor, you would say un profesor or una silla. This means chair. Okay? So, una silla, un profesor. Okay? That's when it changes. So if I have 21 women, you would say 21 señoras. 21 señoras. Bien? If I have 21 men, you would say 21 señores. Okay? So then you keep on going, and you can definitely practice with the book, and it will give you more details and more examples. Now it talks about math, this small section. So you have, when it comes to math, when you say y, it means plus. When you say menos, it means minus. And when you say es or son, it means equal. So if I have 2 y 2 son, which means equals, son 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Does that make sense? So there's a little section that goes through some math problems. And this is important because when we get to the time, this is what's going to be useful for that. So if you have 9 menos 8 es 1. 9 minus 8 is 1, right? So, and you can continue on to practice. Make sure that you understand. Now, this next section is me gusta or te gusta. So you have me, that means me. Te, that means you. Le, that means you, formal. Le, that means he. Le, she. Nos, us. les. Y'all. Okay. So, with this information, you have the word gustar. Gustar is an AR. That means to like. So if I say me gusta, I'm saying I like la pizza. Me gusta la pizza. ¿Te gusta el chocolate? You like chocolate. Does this make sense? And if I'm talking about the president of the college, I can ask him, excuse me, ¿le gusta la música? And he would say, sí, me gusta la música, or no, no me gusta la música. Or I'm sorry, she. Does this make sense? So all it is explaining likes and dislikes using me, te, le. Me, te, le. And you can have many things that you like or dislike. So you can say, me gusta comer. Me gusta hablar. I like to eat. I like to talk. So, me gusta el café. Me gusta, and mind you, I'm looking at page 16 towards the bottom of it. It gives you vocabulario útil, which is useful vocabulary. Me gusta la comida mexicana. Me gusta la ópera. Me gusta el café. Bien? So then you have, when you do this, you can say, me gusta. And when you're talking about a noun, you would say el or la. El is for masculine, la is for feminine. And then you'd say, I don't know, silla. So here you would use la. Me gusta la silla when you're talking about a noun. When you're talking about a verb, you would say me gusta hablar. It ends in the infinitive. What is the infinitive? The infinitive is when a verb does not tell you who is doing the action or when they're doing the action. It just ends in the infinitive. Just like in English, the infinitive is to eat, to sleep, to drink. It's not telling you who's doing the action. It's just telling you what the action is. So in Spanish, you know, a verb is the infinitive form when it ends in AR, ER, and IR. Okay? And then we'll stop right here.